Yeah, actually I am.
Okay, I was
Uh,
like, this name is familiar. There's so many people with like similar elos and similar accounts. It's like hard to call. Okay, where's my Control J button? Okay, click
I,
this.
I was the Akali trying to go mid lane, but
Mid
I
lane
went
is
back to my
just
roots.
mid lane is fine. There it is. Which turns this on, which does this, which does that. Okay, you can see this, right? It's all like visible.
It's kind of blurry, but I can
Yeah.
work with it. It's
This
good.
is why Discord screen share is disadvantageous compared to whatchamacallit Skype, because Skype is like higher quality. It's gonna be a lot of frame lag, but even if you can't see it, it's on YouTube, like, so the information is still there and like the quality is still like fine. Okay, so when they invade with Blitzcrank, it's just better to play it safe and not sorry. So you kind of take a little bit of damage. He started Relic Shield, so like you'll be able to heal it up. But if MF goes Comet instead of Airy, then you will be in for a rude awakening in lane because she'll just zone you out. Triss doesn't do very well into heavy poke matchups because she's shorter ranged. So if you
Pretty
wanted to get an
safe.
early start, the best thing that you could have done is not take any sources of damage, and then just come into the lane with like a little bit of HP. But luckily you're healed, so it's okay. Okay, so let's see. You're running Fleet Footwork. I'm 90% sure that is Fleet Footwork.
Yes. Fleet footwork, overheal, bloodline.
Yup, everything necessary for healing. Okay, and then you hit that. Yup, perfect. So the simple thing is that she's just okay. So she started Q and she took Airy, so she's bad. She should have taken Comet and she could have done way more damage if she had just gone Comet. So what she's gonna do is the worst thing that you can do is stand behind minions that are very low on HP. Now, when any minion, these two in particular, are gonna get low on HP, the first thing that you should do is not be in the cone range of it. So you gotta step really far back, otherwise it's gonna bounce, it's gonna crit you, and then Ares gonna hit you. Comet wouldn't. Comet would also kind of threaten you whether she takes it or not. She took E, you still have to stand back, so you're in a bad position right now. When you go up to CS for this, she can easily auto and then Q, and then you get hit by Ares, so then she can 3-hit you with a simple combo. So here, you're in a bad spot. You shouldn't be looking to auto attack minions because that'll push it towards her, and because Trist is a champion that naturally pushes the lane, like, you know, towards her opponent, you're in a bad spot, just like no matter what happens. So instead, just play it safe, and then it curves. Fucking hell. So you know that was gonna happen. The only thing you can do is when she tries to last hit, you can punish her, but you don't have a support that can initiate that. Like no matter, like until Ali is level 3, you can't do anything. So this lane is just a defensive lane. At least until level 3. And you're never gonna hit level 2 because she has an auto attack reset with her Q, like it stacks, so she pushes way faster. Had she had Comet, it's the same thing. Okay. Just watching you how you play the movements. That's fine. It's bound to happen. Okay. Okay. And then they go on it, then you just hit them. Exhaust. Be ready to heal him if she flashes. Okay. If I were MF, I would threaten flash, but she didn't have to, because then Ali just backed up anyway. It was possible for them to turn around, but they chose not to. Okay. Why?
I have no clue. Unlucky there.
Okay, so when he pulls you, the first thing he's gonna do is E you, so you can wait for the E and then you can jump. The other thing is, if you think the pull is going to land, you play it based on sound. To negate it, you get pulled, and then as it lands, when you hear the when you hear the hook land, you jump at the exact same time, and it will always negate the jump, or your jump will always negate the hook. No matter what jump, no matter how short it is, it will always negate it. So you hear the sound of the rocket grab firing, and then the rocket grab landing. When it fires, usually, like, it has a set distance. So I played a lot of Trist when I was in Korea, and I played a lot of Ezreal when I was in Korea, and I always played against Blitzcrank. I picked them into it, and you just play it based on sound to negate it. And ping isn't an issue. I can do it back in NA too, and it's just like the only way you fail it is if you mistime it even by like a quarter of a second, which shouldn't really be a problem, or he misses it completely. Like you jump it almost at the same time he launches it, because you're expecting it to land on you to negate it. And if he misses, then you just jump for free. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you kind of just jumped. So either way, it's a safety net. You jump to safety or you negate his grab. So that's a muscle memory thing. The best player that can replicate it most of the time is double lift. He does it on the stream a lot, and people say that he's like scripting or something. He even did it on like live pro gameplay once. Like it's just really easy for him to negate it, and it tilts the blitzcrank because they'll never land a grab on you if you know how to negate it. The lane plays fine. You don't have to do anything. There's really no commentary here other than. Okay, so you expect this one to. Okay, so that's too early, and then he throws it and misses it. Okay.
I was expecting him to knock me out.
Yeah, same here. Your jump can also negate the knockup, but it's very difficult to time that compared to how you can time the grab. I time the grab a lot better than the knockup. God. That is very damaging. Jesus.
Yeah, it's cancerous.
But like she's going airy, so she doesn't have the level 6 all in on you. If you have comment, you just E Q and then ulti and you die if you don't have jump. If she punishes you for your first jump. So like the way Blitzcrank can pilot the champion is he walks up and he misses his grab or something, or he lands it doesn't matter. Then you jump, MF E's you and then ults you and you die if you don't have flash or heal. Like there's no escaping that. It's like the best all in I've ever seen. Someone did that in like Korea in Masters. I was like, wow, that's so easy. Just make sure that they're immobile, and no champion should be able to do that. But luckily, Comet is so balanced.
Right.
Don't So when the lane is in a okay, so your minions are gonna naturally push because you have more. So by pushing this, your idea is you want to like what I'm seeing is you want to back. So it doesn't seem like it's right now is like an optimal time to back, because you're only just gonna get a BF sword and you're not gonna get like any extra pots to sustain yourself throughout the lane, and you just have your relic shield, which isn't enough. So you shouldn't push because you already push. You know what I mean? Like your champion is a natural pusher, so there's no point. Oh, this is easy.
Yeah, they get wrecked and I back out though.
But do you go back to bot? Yeah, good. There's no point in like following that. Like, I mean, like the initial like thinking about it is fine because you have lane priority. Like because you pushed, it makes sense. But this doesn't apply to every single scenario. If had your lane just been in like the same spot it was in previously, the scenario would be like exactly the same. Because now what's gonna happen is all these minions are gonna pile up, and it takes a while for it to crash into the tower. If anything, you're supposed to just shove it all the way. And if you had a ward in your inventory, which I'm pretty okay, you don't. Wow. You don't have a ward in your inventory, but if you did, just ward it right here, shove this, and then back up using your jump. If they come, you still heal. But if you shove now, like MF gets all this CS for free, and then she gets another wave, and then she crashes this wave into your tower, and she gets a cannon mini wave. It's gonna be really rough if you don't make it back in time. I didn't see it, but your mana's full. I'm assuming you didn't jump like when you're at base.
No.
Okay. Let me see.
Or I did from the middle of the fountain out. I get the mana back. No, I didn't jump. Okay. Usually I do.
Yeah. Same logic. Because like you're not, you know, like you'll have your jump by the time you get back. It just helps you get to lane sooner. Cause, like I said, MF gets all this free farm, and now she has a huge lead on you. And you might make up the numbers, but like by the time she gets back, the lane will be in her favor again, because you naturally push. So, but it's just so like your jungler will never be able to gank your lane, not just because he's Yi, but like it could be any jungle, Zac, Sejuani, Rammus. It doesn't matter. They can't gank your lane because you're gonna naturally push because it's in this position. So she backs, she gets items, and this is where it starts like being a problem. You got refillable though, so you're fine. I was checking if you got refillable.
Yeah, it's something you told me before. Always get refillable if you can first bet.
Yeah.
I do that
it's
from now
just
on.
too cost efficient. It's way too effective of an item to just let go. And it's better to start 3 pots sometimes, because like if you're up, okay, let's say you're up against like a Jinx and a Thresh, right? That's a refillable start with the Relic Shield. Whereas the current one is you start with 3 pots, because if you're up against a poke champion, you're gonna get poked a lot, so you need more sustain. So that's 1 extra pot. Then you get refillable, because then you maximize cost. Whereas refillable pot in the initial start versus a poke comp, you're not gonna be able to lane too long. So your decision making for your potions is fine. It's the same for support too. So even at melee range, yeah. See, so she does that, and then like you kind of just die.
I think
That's how MF works. And the reason why the lane was like this was because of exactly what I said earlier. When um if you back it up, right? Not just because they got EXP over here in the jungle. Like you had solo EXP, or an opportunity for solo EXP, but you aren't 6, and they hit 6 first because remember when you didn't shove because you didn't shove the wave all the way in, she was able to farm an extra wave or two back, come into lane again, and the lane is in her favor, like I said, so she hit 6 first. Tristana has to shove all the way through because that's the whole point. She's like a tower buster. Like she sieges towers very effectively. So by shoving it into tower, she would not have gotten all those CS. She might have gotten some, but not all. Because she got all, it becomes a problem. Ah, the silence. Okay. Smart play by Blitzcrank. If he pulls you, then silences you, then knocks you up. That's the best CC chain order. If he pulls you, then knocks you up, then silences you, that's ineffective. What the okay. If you see that, then time the sums. You still have your sums, so if you're 6 and they overstay, you can all in them with all your spells, especially since you got dagger. Did you have enough money? You'd have to wait a few seconds. It's not worth it. I'd say if you're behind, like even more behind, and you're looking to farm harder, go Cull. Like if you had enough money for it, buy the Cull, because you're behind. It just like helps you get back into the game. It's a very slow item, but like sometimes you don't have a choice. Dagger's fine because you only had enough of gold for a dagger. It's better than Brawler's Glove. Wow, you can't see the hitbox on the E on this Spectator client. That sucks. This MF has to be maxing E? Question mark? She's maxing Q. Bad. You max E. If she maxes E and she does the thing I said, and she rushes Duskblade or Ghostblade, she wins lane. By pressing E, R, and you die. Especially if Blitzcrank silences you, you can't respond to it with a jump or a flash. Like she just straight wins the lane. And when Tristana has a bad lane phase, like you know that's like spells trouble already. But yeah. You did like have a high score and high CS count, so I want to see how this plays out. Like what exactly ended up happening, and what was the decision that led to the downfall of the game?
I mean, we had a rough game all game, but it wasn't until like the 25-30 minute mark when shit really hit the fan, and I really got fed, and we were winning every single team fight. And then one bad decision, and it. Oops. I think that was my only death in lane. The other two came from later.
Okay, so
when we were trying to group.
Other dagger usually signifies. Okay, you had a like almost 400 gold for Cole, so yeah, I would have bought the Cole there, or I could have bought Brawler's Glove towards the other thing, but I hate Brawler's Glove, so not Brawler's Glove. So instead Cole would have been better, because you're sitting and farming a lot. Okay, goes in. This is so he exhausted the guy, so this is all you. Okay. Stun. Auto. Ali, just go. MF has no flash. This is easy. Yeah. Good. Good. Good try. Fizz gets the kill. Take the wave. Okay, I wasn't gonna comment on anything because there's nothing. Like you played it fine. Just the jump.
One thing.
The jump was fine.
Could have not done was use my ulti, because that actually saved Blitzcrank because it knocked him back.
It doesn't matter if you save Blitzcrank or not. You still got you need to kill them before your teammate dies, because at the end of the day you don't want MF to get the kill on Alistar, because the more fed MF gets, the faster she can delete your team, because she has long range with her ulti and damage. Because Blitzcrank got the kill, it's like what is Blitzcrank gonna do with the kill? He's just gonna get more support items. Congrats, you know. So Blitzcrank getting the kill is fine. Because if you look at it gold-wise, you guys are close. But had NMF gotten like just an extra 300 gold, that's like she'll be in the inventory with 800. And if it's not 800, it'd be like 750. 750 gives her enough for another longsword. Plus she can upgrade her current two longswords into another item.
Rushing BF swords straight into static shift. That's basically my build on Vayne, Tristana, and Twitch. Is that okay for like wave clearing?
Yeah, that's fine.
And what?
Because you don't have wave clear on your team. Did you recognize that? Like, are you saying like did you choose the static shiv because you single-handedly wanted the wave clear, or did you choose static shiv because it's standard? Like what was your choice behind static shiv? It's not, static shiv isn't an incorrect item. It's always like the best item on her. But why static shiv? after the BF sword
But
and
it's
not go
the
like IE for example.
because the attack speed, the crit,
Yeah,
and it
yeah,
provides more wave clear, and it
yeah,
synergizes with how Tristana works, anyways.
that's pretty. That's the standard because Tristana always benefits off of stuff like that. Alternatively, you can rush rapid fire cannon because you are not able to reach certain players, or you wish to stay far back so that you can not die. So like if there's tanks on the field, you don't have to have static shift first and you go rapid fire cannon so that you proc fleet footwork. Because if you know that fleet footwork is an energized based rune, rapid fire cannon gives you accelerated stacks on your fleet footwork. Second, if you're up against like a tank, like let's say you're up against like, okay, like Blitzcrank, but it's not just Blitzcrank, like let's say the enemy jungler was a fucking Malphite or a Rammus, and you don't want to stay within range of them because they'll kill you, rapid fire cannon would be a better option because then you can hit them from far away, then run the fuck away. Second, your team comp has no wave clear. Like, Fizz has to E in order to break the entire wave, that's not worth it for him. Illaoi has to like drop a couple spells and pull in order to get the wave. Like, you know what I mean? Like there's no point. So the only person that can actually wave clear is you with an auto attack off of static shift, so you have to rush static shift first. Sometimes if your team has wave clear and you guys are grouped, it's better to have rapid fire cannon because you can hit towers from a long range and kite away. That's another thing that's really important to know. Hitting towers with rapid fire cannon because like your range is so big. So just the item is built the same, like, you know what I mean, like the components are exactly the same for static shiv and rapid fire cannon. Your choice depends on your team composition. Sometimes if you're ahead and you wish to deal damage more, rapid fire cannon or static shiv, the static shiv would be the better option because you with damage, with kills come objectives, so you aim for objectives after. But sometimes you always can't get objectives, so he has no mana. Remember that his Q costs 120 to 150 mana. It costs a fuck ton. Just keep guiding. Nice
I don't know what the hell I was thinking.
Good attempt to dodge, but he would still kill you with an E auto attack anyway. It was a good try though. I really liked the effort. Wait. Okay, never mind. Wait. Never mind.
Isn't you were having a really rough game?
I was looking to see if you had no, I wasn't paying attention to Yi. I was looking to see if you had an empty slot in your inventory. Did you just buy the dagger? Cause
yeah,
I was expecting you to ward that bush that you jumped in before you jumped in it. Because then you can decide not to jump. If anything. It seems that okay, yeah, no, you didn't have a slot in your inventory. You had the Kirche shard.
That bush.
Well, there really isn't any way you can go. If you jump up like this way, then he just cuts you off. And if you jump this way, it's tower, and you jump that way, like he kind of just EQ autos you or whatever. He just kills you. If you have to drop a few towers in order to stay alive or survive, surviving always isn't like the main priority of an AD carry. Like, yes, surviving for more DPS, yeah, duh. But like sometimes you do have to die for your team for a good cause. So it's only like very rare instances. But like your positioning there was like fine. There's nothing I can argue about it. If anything, you just needed a slot for your inventory for a control ward in order to ward this before you made the jump, because then like. Either that, or you can place it in the river in the laning phase before, not even before you jump, but before the team fight, so you can decide whether or not you should engage as a team. Turn on
Sometimes
your
still work.
By the way. And the reason why you should push this one really fast is because you need a group mid in order to clear this wave. And don't be afraid to take resources off your stupid jungler too. But don't overtake it. Like red buff is a for sure thing that you should have. And Raptors, that's like the best you got. Like, you know what I mean? Like those camps, like, if they're free, take them. If your jungler's on the other side of the map and like hasn't done his Gromp, take the Gromp. Just snag resources so you can try your best to carry. Good. Hold on your E next time. You want to E with this wave, so that because now your minion waves will crash into this and they start losing HP. So if you kill the minion waves first, then you have this wave is healthier, so that you can do something across the map. And this is almost always like. Sometimes if you really need to burst that tower and you got a group with your team, you can E and burst it, but like the result is the same because like when you have a wave here that is very healthy and there's a large number of minions, you generate more pressure because it takes longer for this fucking tower to kill your minions because you have more minions. Okay, static shift, that's fine. You need to you just auto this and you're set. Like they can't siege. Brand is their wave quick. Why?
I was
Ali,
literally
ulti.
saying the same thing.
Ali, ulti, dude. Just ulti and re-engage. In 2, 1, go. Just ulti and re-engage. Just auto this and ulti and re-engage. Good. Not enough. Okay, just auto whoever's closest. Blitzcrank is the easiest target. If you're gonna jump here. Okay, never mind. That's fine. So nobody handshakes anything. It's just a straight like concede. That's fine. As long as you guys didn't lose inhibitor. Switch trinkets to blue to scout long range because you might be worried about getting picked off by champions like Ryze. This is very desperate. Okay, Ryze ports bottom. Oh fuck, it's not up. Okay, I was gonna say take. I mean, you can still take this anyway. As a team, you guys should ping it once. But your jungler is down bottom. But the jungler being down bottom isn't a problem. Had it been Baron spawning, you guys would have lost Baron, or you guys could have done Baron.
I actually did ping Herald around that point.
Okay. I didn't see the ping. That's weird. I didn't see an assist me ping there. I saw this.
I said I think I probably did it.
Don't type Herald, because then like there's no point in typing things. I never typed really much in Korea, so instead just ping assist me. In Korea, people listen to fucking things. They don't listen to calls, and if they all die because of your call, they never listen to another call. So that's the fun of it. I ping a lot, and that's very important. Pinging is like an active form of communication that isn't very toxic.
So they have my.
Okay, hold on. I mean, yeah, you get the kill, but this is okay. So this is a very simple concept. Don't flash for kills, like aggressively, because you need to. You're not securing anything out of it. Nothing happened off of that kill. Nobody gets a tower. Nobody gets more vision on the map. Nothing changes. You just got one kill. That's not worth it. Instead, just if he kills him, just get in range. Like be late to the party. It's fine. At the end of the day, your teammates get another pick. Unless you guys get this Rift Herald, I'd say your flash is like justifiable, but I would not have flashed for that. Because it's not worth it. You don't get anything off of the map as a 5-man team or a 4-man team, whatever you want to call it. Flashing for objective, because now, okay, you have a 5-minute cooldown on it, and like you can't. Your jump is a channel time, whereas flash is instant, and dodging critical skill shots such as Blitzcrank Hook, MFE E ulti getting out of the range of that, Brand WQ, Lee Sin Q Warthog kick. You don't know what these players are capable of because like just because it's silver doesn't mean like there could be a smurf or something. Just expect that they can pilot the champion to its maximum potential. That's why when I came back from Korea, I saw that like my opponents could not pilot their champions at all, and I punished them for it because like I'm so used to people maximizing their capabilities, and it just kind of sucked. Okay, see right here? Okay, this is where your flash would be fine because this is coming up. If you manage to threaten Lee Sin's life or see Lee Sin anywhere low or get him low or anything of that sort, that's a Baron.
Kill him. No.
So okay, here's how I would have played it. So if I were you, then like I said, I would have held my flash. This is super dangerous. You know how much damage this shit does, but unbelievable. Like I could not believe you dodged that because I was like, oh my god, you're literally stepping in it. I was gonna say like, look at this damage, dude. I don't know how you dodged that. Like honest to god, this bitch got buffed. You know this bitch got buffed. So continue on. Did you have bomb? Yeah, I think you should have bombed him, and then you should have like full comboed him like straight up, like just finish him off as soon as possible.
I already had the jump on cooldown.
Right, but was your jump was on cooldown? Wait.
Because I jumped after MF and just turned on him instead.
Let's see. I need to see your cooldowns. Okay, you're 20 seconds on ulti. Okay, you jumped on this one, you killed Ryze. That's fine. Did you? Okay, you bombed the Trist. Okay, never mind. It was just bug. Okay. So you dodge this. Yeah. Okay, so it's 8 seconds ish. So you just go on him. Yeah. This auto is a big problem. It's like obviously a misclick, but you have a button that's it's the tilde button that allows you to target champions only. So you can just move in between and right click. But you also should stay out of range. As soon as you get your jump, just get out of range of this thing. It's gonna hurt. And then he.
Yeah, that was a misclick. She used an attack move there. I think that's why I hit the minion instead.
Yeah, the attack move is kind of retarded right now. This is easy. They can't do anything to you if you have jump. But yeah, I would have flashed. For the MF right there, because if you secured that kill on MF, they have no way to stop you from doing Baron, and then you just have to kill these. You can't look for the X. Oh, I mean, he cleans it up, but that's not really. You have to be able to kill them fast enough. Oh my god, this is Baron. If Ilawi tanks it, it's Baron. Okay, he has to heal, and then you guys can just charge Baron. It's just simple. When you see that one of your side lanes is pushing, and bot lane, or I'm sorry, and support and jungle are dead, think about a Baron call. Right here, I would have personally called for it, but your jungler died, so I can't call for it anymore. So you can only take the most free objective, which is Drake. Then
Dragon.
steal his Gromp. Yeah, Dragon. Because you have no choice but to take the Dragon. You can't take mid tower. Ryze can just walk up to mid lane after he pushes that bottom, and he already pushed that bottom. So you can't go mid, so you just go bottom, and then if you have scouting orb, scout here. Okay, so he showed here instead of showing. What the fuck? Why didn't he just walk to? Okay, if he walked here and you went that way, you would have died. Oh, he did go that way. Okay. This is gonna push. Like, you know, he's just pushing it. This is like with a part where you guys just chill. Good. Yep, take the Gromp. If you have blue trinket, go here or here. You need your team, and you can jump on him and kill him. He's 14 though, just note that Ali should go in first. This is pretty straightforward here to use spells.
Yeah, we blow him up here.
Good. Kill the wave. Rapid fire cannon next.
I actually do not go rapid, I do PD.
Why?
It had more attack speed, and I wanted the attack speed plus the damage reduction it gives. I wanted that in this case. But I was talking to a couple people on the Mobalytics Discord, and they were saying rapid fire cannon and explaining why. And I'm like, oh, I'll keep that in mind next time.
The most important part is your survivability. Rapid fire cannon allows you to stay far away from Ryze, so he cannot snare you. Because if you get snared, Blitzcrank can poke you for free, because you can't move. Because you don't have a Mercurial Scimitar or a QSS to negate, like to break the snare. You know what I mean? So. Yeah. They have a free window of opportunity. All Ryze has to do is a point and click W and you die. And you can't escape that because you don't have the range. Like, why the range is so important is because, yes, it extends your range, but because you get more fleet footwork during team fights, you will get more kiteability. Like, you'll move faster, so it's harder for you to get hit by skill shots, such as Blitzcrank Hook, MF E, MF ulti, Brand W, Brand Q, Lee Sin Q, Lee Sin Wardhop ultis. You can easily just kite them off. Also, you get more lifesteal with fleet footwork, allowing you to survive team fights more. And more static shift procs, so more wave clear. That's another important part, because your team has no wave clear. Like the 12%, okay, so the 12% damage reduction really isn't going to do anything, because you're running overheal, right? So with overheal and the relic shield, that's the reason why people don't like take the Phantom Dancer. It might make you tankier, but it's only against one person at a time. So whoever hits you, like if you get hit by a Lee Sin, that means Brandon Ryze, who you don't have magic resist for, by the way. That's really important too, because they have, you know, magic pen, and Ryze just does a fuck ton of damage and cuts your healing in half. You know, you're not gonna survive. Like, even if it's 12% less damage, they just full combo you. Like, you take 12% less damage, but Brand does 12% of your max HP with his new passive. So that's basically nothing. It cancels out.
Yeah. Broken.
You just have to stall this tower. Like, it's okay to like concede towers. It's not the end of the world. Okay, get closest target. This is the closest target. You don't need to prioritize anything. Yep, this is fine. Okay. Concede if you have to. That's fine. What in the fuck? Wait, I thought you had ulti. You should have ulted them towards this way. Because then they're all in deep here, and then you jump down, and then they're stuck farther in the base, which makes it harder for them to get back over here, right? Okay. So the way, okay, so you know that in order to kill a tower, you need minions, right? That's kind of obvious. So what I would have done is I would have ulted all of them or as many of them as possible here, then jump this way, kill as many minions as possible. They cannot siege. Because this tower not only becomes really tanky, but then they're gonna use their own HP to tank the tower to kill it. And you prevent them from getting inhibitor. Even a bit of time is necessary in order for him to kill it.
Inhibitor there.
See, like, look, all these minions here. It's just a wave. You have static shiv and you have a bunch of autos. And then so you jump here, and all you have to worry about is Brand. As long as you don't get hit by Brand, and as long as like you can clear this wave, you're completely set. After that, you might die for it, but they will not be able to end the game. Why? Because you just killed every single one of their minions. There's nothing for them to tank the turrets except using their own HP. And then it takes them longer to kill this inhibitor tower. Then they can finally break free and kill this inhibitor. But it took them so long because you killed the minion wave, which means that Yi had enough time to shove all the way in. And then they're at a dilemma. Do I back? Do I not back? You know what I mean? So then they have to get out of range of the tower because, there's no minions to tank the tower shots. And then they all have to channel their 4-second recall. And then Yi can decide to take the inhibitor and bail. Every second counts. Now they kill this wave. Then they kill this tower. It's like, see how fast they kill the tower? It's because the tower loses, durability because there's minions. And that's another thing, like, because people kill waves, there's no way they can siege. Sometimes you lose team fights, right? But then there's no minions for them to push. That's why, like, if you pushed all 3 lanes and you lost a team fight, what can your opponents do if there's no Baron or Dragon? They just back and they're just like, alright, just clear the waves, guys. And you live to fight another day. And that's important. In a losing situation, your goal is to make it so that at every opportunity, you can try to find a way to open up the map so that you live another day. That's what stalling is. Oh, that's fine. So you sacrifice 2 inhibs for 1. However, the trade could have been, because then what happens is another thing is chaos. The level of play that you're in also is like it's chaotic, obviously, right? But what I mean is that there's 5 players and all 5 of them are here, but they're gonna be indecisive. Ping, 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 ping. No, ping, 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 and it's gonna be like a 50-50 vote or an 80-60 vote, like an 80-20 vote, and they're gonna decide, no, all of us should back. We gotta defend against the Yi who's gonna charge to end the game. No, we should push. We could base race against them. No, but we have no minions, and then like you're keeping them on their toes, and they're like, I don't know what to do. And again, all that time and all that chaos that you create simply by killing the wave allows Yi to go. Yi just has one goal in mind: I push, I win, easy. He doesn't think about anything other than pushing. The other thing he could think about is, can I escape? But if he looks at the map, like, I swear to God, that's gonna be really difficult to do, right? Like, for Yi. But if he looked at the map, he's like, hey, only half of them are recalling. You can actually give your life to stop the recalls, allowing Yi to push even longer. I think you can possibly have either threatened Yi to end the game by sacrificing your life, or you actually just end the game, or you stall. Like, either way, you come out with a win-win situation if you jump and ult them afterwards. So that's what we call wave management. Simply because they have to answer. Everybody answers waves, and waves are important to answer to towers. Now look, notice this. Like, if you're Ilaoi teleported, he could just kill this wave and then he dies. Like, there's no point in for him to teleport. Good. Note that more attack speed is really good, but it's just that like the range is gonna be a big problem. If you get in range of Brand, he just EQs you and you die, or EQRs you and you kind of like get in trouble.
Now, when the team fights do start happening, we'll have like 4 or 5 of them and we ace them every time. I want your opinion on every single time. 5v5, we kill them.
Well, it kind of depends. I don't know what's going on. Like, I need to see the waves and I say, oh, this is my judgment call for this one. Because like, if you guys have no waves to push, then you guys just have to back, reset, buy, and then look for another team fight again. Because if there are waves to push, then you should answer them if you can possibly get into position for it.
Actually thinking about jumping in, but
yeah, you don't want to burn your only escape. So now Yi's pushing top. So then somebody has to answer bottom. So the only way Rise can get to the team fight is if he teleports. And if he teleports, he has to teleport via top lane because that's the only lane he can flank from. But Yi pushed, so he can't flank via teleport. So he's gonna have to teleport in through the lane, and then you easily just back the fuck up. It's really simple. There's nothing to think about for this part. This Listen, okay, the reason why it hit him, you can see this shit. The reason why it hit him, and it's kind of blatant why it hit him. It's because it touched his elbow. Like that's how the game works. And if I were Alistar, I'd be like, really, that hit me? You know what I mean? Like you know that, like, you can see this is bullshit, right? Like, all right,
Really.
this is fucking bullshit. But if he's Ali, he should instantly have responded with an RQ. Just RQ. Just R. Good. Why flash? Just Q them. He should have just Q'd them. Why does Yi back?
Sure, our first team fight.
Why does Yi back? He just needs to push. You can't lose this game because there's nothing to stop. Like, just because this is down, it doesn't mean you lose the game. This is really straightforward. Oh, don't clump to him, because if Brand ulted right there, you would have died. Because then it just bounces in between everybody, and then it procs it gets the three hit passive, and then you know, it explodes and it's gonna hurt. Just be careful of that. I'm expecting them to pilot the champion correctly. Oh, there it is. The ult you. Oh god.
I
It's
want
fine.
to
It's fine. It's fine. Yep. You're good. You're good. Oh. What the? Okay, so nothing happened. So nothing happened. That wasn't even a skirmish, guys. He just has to. Okay. This is really straightforward. Just sit there and just. Okay. Wait. You need to ignore this. This is kind of. I mean. Okay. It doesn't do anything. That's why. Just because you're getting blitzcrank both. He's not attacking you back. He's not really a champion. It just kind of. That was kind of pointless, but it's fine. I guess you're safe. Okay. So, like, I guess you're asking, like, what's my opinion on what you should do next? Okay, so the wave's not in position. This wave is too heavy and it's got inhibitors, and this wave is the only wave ramping. Dragon, I guess. Like, you could just send one person to Drake or just stall. Honestly, you just take the victory and leave it, because there's no waves are not in position for you to answer. Okay, so if you're saying like team fights are going to be at the base most of the time, then you just have to stick with what you're doing now and just hope that you get a lead. Because it's not going to be easy for you to push at all, because the death timers are too low for you to actually get to an objective on time. So you have to take whatever objective is closest and most free. And the closest one that I can see that is most free and that isn't mid tower is Dragon. And like, taking the Dragon just means that you're denying your opponents of an Elder Drake buff, because they have 2 and you have 1. So the more that they get control of Dragon, the more powerful their Elder Drake will become. Why? Just clear the wave, bro. Just stop and clear. Okay, like, just okay. Okay, there's a super minion there. Top lane. You gotta answer top lane as soon as possible.
That's what I was doing.
Please tell me you go. Okay, good. Because it looked like you were going down this way. I looked at your face. If you look at your face, you see your mouse clicks. Good. Nice. Yay. Boom. And one more push. You lose Dragon for this, though. Is mid tower worth it? Sometimes. Kind of depends. Because right there, you needed the mid tower so that you open up the map. But Dragon is equally as important, and the reason why is because it's safer. Like, the distance from here to here, like, even if it's like this little bit of block of a gap, it's farther away from their team. They have to cross through their entire jungle, whereas running it down mid is like the distance from base to mid is shorter than the distance from base to Dragon. So taking Dragon and then just backing, and then you're fine. And even if it's like, let's say it's Infernal, you value it even more. Just because, I'm guessing your team didn't like it just because it was Ocean, and I can understand the logic behind that. It's Ocean, like, yeah, nobody gives a fuck about Ocean or Cloud. Sometimes Mountain. But, personally, I would have taken the Dragon and played it more defensively. You don't even need to send more than one person to Dragon either. Like, you could have just sent Yi to Dragon or yourself to Dragon. Ooh. This is... Nice. I still off him. Okay, get into position right over the wall. Oh, Fizz! Okay. You can try shooting over the wall, or if anybody follows, you're good. Just shoot over here. Just shoot this guy. Okay. Enter base. Good. I would have just started shooting over the wall. I would have been in a position in which, like somewhere over here, where they can't really get to me, and then if they do try to get to me, I just jump. You know what I mean? Like, you just jump towards tower. And if you see Blitzcrank hook, you just respond to it. Good. You can't let this crash. Like,
catches it.
you can break this, but you shouldn't let this crash onto your inhibitor tower. Wait. What did you flash? I didn't see. Did you get? Did he hook? Let's see.
I jumped out.
No, I saw a flash. Let's see.
flash.
Ah, okay. Oh, you flashed away from the distance, but they can't follow up.
Yeah, that was an accident.
Yeah. But then in the end of the day, you didn't need to be here because this was equally as important. This is also farm for you technically. Like it's for your last item. So this is also farm for you. You can't let those crush because like this motherfucking super minion powers up all the other minions and then like they take this wave. So you're kind of in a defensive standpoint. You need a wave ramping if you want to prep for this Baron because they're just gonna back, recall, heal up, and just run it straight down towards Baron because then they know that you just had to like stall down here for a moment. And then you have to answer this wave, so now they're having one person because now Ali has to go heal. In reality, you could have done this yourself. So once again, you're on the back foot. I mean, like that's a whole team thing. I'm not saying that as a flame. Despite that, the gold is actually pretty close because MF doesn't know how to CS. Okay, so this is where Blue Trinket would be really handy because they could actually wait for you right here, but obviously that's not the right call for them because if they actually waited for you right there, that's cheese, and then they could siege top. But you're pushing this out so they can't siege top. But there is a possibility that they could have been here. Blue Trinket, just scout this so that they don't cheese you. Like, if their jungler doesn't need to back, typically. So he could have just taken the red and done the cheese to you, but he can't kill you 1v1. He could just take the red and deny you from having red. So that's just a heads up. You don't know what kind of amount of people could be, or you don't know what kind of people could be in there and ready to like cheese you to death. So just keep that in mind. Like cheese is a thing. That's how people like abuse low elo. That may have some of your minions and they can't hit you, and then just nice. Okay, just hit those. Yeah. Yep.
Spam pinging to like engage on Lee Sin.
You don't need to engage.
Nobody would go in.
Right. But you don't need to engage. You don't need to engage. You want to wait. You want to wait for the engages because if they cast a certain spell to disrupt the engage, then what do? You just stop engaging. You have to play it slow. Because if you engage on the Lee Sin, all he has to do is press R, and it negates Ali's ulti. Okay, so now you can look for engage because he can't pull the guy, and you don't have any way. Like this is where you would look for an engage. And stuff like this, MFE, is another way to disengage too. You know what I mean? Like if you get poked down. So your engages have to be very, very like methodical, very, very precise. Okay, so he missed this, so this is another opportunity to engage. Going on Blitzcrank would be fine. Going on Lee Sin would be fine. Good. So you adjust. I would not stand here. I would move a little bit up right here, because good. Good flash by him. That Rise is powerful. Wait.
I think I finished him off here. Yep. This is right. Yep. Yeah. That was a little stupid.
I mean, okay. Oh my god, what did I just... Holy shit. Oh my god. Dude, that was in Korea. There was a guy that like came down to roam bot lane and he missed like 3 of his Qs when they were snared, and I was like really mad, and then he said open mid, GG, I'm bad. And I was like, Jesus Christ. He snared the guy, then Q, Jesus Christ. How do you, oh my god, that was actually a kill.
Low gold right now.
Or I mean for on Fizz with Rise. No, I wouldn't have jumped in on that. I would have just stayed back and just start shooting them from far. If I had rapid fire cannon, I would also do the exact same. I wouldn't change my mentality. Because jumping in means that you cannot jump out until you kill somebody. Yes, you killed him, but then he snares you, so you can't perform another jump, which means you're opening yourself up to a full combo from him to the face. And then he's also fed, so then because he shuts you down, he gets more money. Just because he's full build, he can even sell his boots and he can build like fucking more AP and just one-shot your team or waves. And if he keeps one-shotting your waves, because he's not piloting Rise to its fullest potential, but if he kept one-shotting waves, then you have to keep answering those waves that he one-shots. Eventually, he'll just flash on you, and then if you don't have QSS or any reaction time to respond, the only thing you can do is R him away, but then he might throw his combo out as he like flies away, which allows you to die, you know? This is a really weird call. Because you need somebody to, you gotta answer that top lane, then their jungler's there, so this is not the best idea. But if you push mid, then yes, it's a fine idea, because then they have to either take dragon or answer mid. You can sacrifice mid for this. Ooh. Good dodge. bad ulti. That's not good. E should have answered top. You could have just relinquished Dragon Lord. This is a good team fight. Wow, he doesn't die. Nice. Yeah, these are the closest. And then Rise is a big threat. Careful. That's fine. You just take it and then just leave. That's fine, I guess. I would have continued fighting, but then knowing that Fizz stopped too, then yeah, I guess it's a fine decision. Had Fizz just continued fighting and went on the MF, you would have had her. Like, that was free. It's Fizz. What the fuck?
Yeah, he played really scared most of this game.
He dies instantly though. He has no MR. He dies instantly if he makes a mistake. What the fuck? What is MF doing? Yeah, MF just dies. Nice. Ooh, good try. Oh, I see. So like, even if you're 15 through 15 or whatever, the reason why you can't win is because there's no siege potential. Rise just wave clears too much. The only way you win is if you had a Baron, because he can't clear it with Baron. Baron empowered minions are really strong. Unless you secured a Baron somehow, you would win because you need to. Okay, so even in this scenario, you're still on the back foot. Your bot lane is pushing against you instead of for you. Your top lane is pushing into your nexus, and your mid lane is like, you know, as you can see, also in your nexus. So you can't answer with any objectives. Unless you had Baron, that's the only way you can. Your win condition is Baron. Yeah.
All 3 Barons that came up.
Any Baron, just anytime you get Baron. If you get it, they can't answer. Like you can kill them fast because you're AD carry. You just shoot them. But Rise also just press E, then waits for it, then E's, and then Q's, and then the whole wave dies. But with Baron empowered, he has to E, then Q, then E, then Q. Like again, like he has to do it like twice, because they take less damage. So Baron was your win condition. No matter how many kills you had, you can't win this game because Baron is your win condition. That and also because it's sieges.
Some with the next Baron, like when they had Baron, we team fought them and aced them, and then we ran it down mid.
They're playing team fights pretty badly too. Like MF is not getting an ER off on anybody except like she just gets into a position in which she just dies. She needs to get into, in order for her to win, like I would say that MF would just need to get into position. She's building wrong too. She would just need to get into position to just dunk. She should have built like oh. This guy's careful with your jump. Remember to conserve your jump. Like that's fine because he's literally like, you need to get onto the top of him. He's free. Then you do this. Blue trinket the, oh never mind. I would say blue trinket the Baron so that you know that they're on the Baron in the first place, and then you can respond to it or not respond to it accordingly. Your jungler's dead, so you can't really steal it. Unless Fizz gets like a miracle shark or something, but that's not gonna happen.
Blue team has slain Baron Nashor.
Elder Dragon is also not a win condition. Even if you have Elder Dragon and you win the next team fight, all Elder Dragon allows you to do is just push faster. However, that doesn't prevent Rise from wave clearing. As long as Rise is their win condition. Brand is a secondary win condition. MF is a third. So if you kill all 3 of those, it's guaranteed victory. But you still need to shove the wave in. Like, you know what I mean? Like, your wave has to be in position. So even you did ace them several times, but your waves are never in position. So what do? You just do it again and again until it happens. This is like looking like a 50-minute kind of game, because then you have to keep waiting for objectives and waiting for opportunities. Rise can only get this strong, and unless he sells, okay, he sold his boots. So unless he sells his boots again for another wave clear item, aka like let's say he goes Ludens, that's even worse for you, for your team. Or if he goes Leandries, that's even worse for you or your top laner. Then he can't, like, you guys can't win the game unless you have Baron. And then Elder's like a secondary, but it's not really a win condition. The reason why Brand is also a problem is because he just presses W and the whole backline dies. But if you have Baron empowered minions, he has the W, then E, then like auto attack Q, and then like they're dead. The easier you have, like, just because you have static shift, it's not enough. Your team has no way to push away in the first place. Back
Here we absolutely roll them.
Interesting case from ulti. Very, very well played. Nice stopwatch too by the opposing player, but you got him all. Careful on the jump in. Actually, no, you can kill him. Jump on the Rise. MF. Kill the wave. I'd personally run it down bottom. And the reason why is because, okay, somebody even pinged it bottom. Whoever pinged it bottom is correct. It's open. This is literally open. And this. But, I mean, this isn't a big deal, but it's open. That's why. This opens up, this is the fastest path to it, yes, but you have obstacles in the way. Instead, I would just go down here and just take it because it's free. Then rotate back. Like, you didn't need to be here for this, you know what I mean? Like, there's 4 people. Okay, you get this. This works out, so I would have taken the bottom one and then just recall take the
where I'm.
Is this where you guys all die or something? Oh my god, no.
We're trying to
You
do
have to
that.
escape. I mean, you're full build, but your team has to escape. This is not the right call because they all respawn and they all must have bought items because they just lost the team fight, but they also have money. Oh god. Yeah. So the time it took, like, yes, you guys took 2 inhibitors. It's not worth it because you'd say like, oh, 2 inhib, but it's 2 inhib. But then like, remember you have to factor in time, like their time to respawn. You know what I mean? Like that was for me. I would have just taken bot inhib because it's free, and then just recall because you just took the victory and went because it was the most low risk, low reward, safe play that you could take at this timestamp. And because your team went risky, they went go big or go home, and they chose big. Yeah. Unlucky. There's really no like that's the only explanation I can say because like that's why it was a bad decision. Like you went with them, you went with them because that's what we call herd mentality. So at the end of the day, like you're also following them because when you could have just backed too, or just went down bottom and just take bottom and just recall. Because they have home guards too, you can't forget about that. So they'll just answer it as soon as possible. Now when you said you had 15 kills, I actually thought you had 15 kills like pre-laning phase or like during mid game or something, and that's why you couldn't carry. But it just ended up being like your base is getting pummeled, and that's a different story than from what it is. So yeah, kill score doesn't like determine the outcome of, or I mean, score doesn't determine what actually went on during the game. So I'd say that the better option was for you to see that. Okay, so static shift, yes. Rapid fire cannon was another thing. This is one item that is a difference, but it does help. One with more static shift procs, and they have Baron. That means that if you're constantly attacking in order to wave clear, you get 2 static shifts, helping your wave clear go 25% more, and every second counts. Second, I don't think you recognize that the only way that a set of players can end the game against towers is by having minions, aka sieging. But they need minions to siege. They can't just tank it with their face, otherwise like it'll take too long or something. Like, you know what I mean? So I didn't think I thought I noticed you did not recognize the top lane part when I said, okay, so Ryze ported all 4 of them in for no fucking reason because that's not a good play. You could have ulted them into the Nexus turrets. Yeah, they're not gonna die to the Nexus turrets. That's fine. You go and clear the wave, and then well, guess what do? They either tank and then they, like I said, create chaos. The point of solo queue is to ensue chaos upon your opponents because when things go wrong, they will start flaming each other, and that's when the battle like is won. You made your opponents flame because then when they're flaming each other, they're not playing the game properly. But they kept a cool head, I'm assuming, because Ryze was actually carrying them 90% of the time simply because he was not allowing your waves to be crashed. He answered every single wave, as I noticed. He answered bottom, he answered top. If it wasn't him, it was Brand. You know what I mean? Like, he was the one that was actually able to carry, so he is number 1 threat. Number 2 threat is Brand, number 3 threat is MF. Anyone else is pretty much, they deal no damage. Being afraid of Lee Sin isn't going to be a problem in the late game because all he can do is just, like, kick your ass. That's it. Like, what else? Like, no. But Ryze, however, can actually not only delete you, but also has the capability of preventing you from sieging. So you can win 10 team fights. If Ryze shoved all your waves, you're not going to win the game. Because you have to, by the time you get to his base, as you can see, you guys won a team fight in the mid lane after they had Baron. You shoved all the way down. Ryze shoved the waves all the way in, and then, at the end of the day, you guys lost because all they did was just push back. So it was better to take low risk, low reward plays than the higher risk, higher reward play. The higher reward play was that you got 2 inhibitors and 2 towers, or no, 3 towers, sorry. No, 2 towers. It was a second tier and inhib turret, and then you got two inhibitors. The low risk, low reward play, straight bottom, take the inhibitor, back. Don't even take mid. Just back. Then you buy, and then by the time you all get back, you just buy, you just clear more waves, and just rinse and repeat. Low risk, low reward. And then your team would probably have argued, oh my god, we could have taken that inhibitor. But no, the answer was, like, if you look at the death timers, you need at least 25 seconds if you more if or not 25 seconds more, but like you need to see a number like a 25 like or something like that if you want to go harder. But it was at like 14, 15, 20 to 14, like that was like way too short. And then by the time you guys got there and answered it, great, you got them, and then they just killed you all, especially Fizz. You know what I mean? Like you saw that, right? Like when Fizz died.
Yeah.
So that was extremely big. And
6 inhibitor shots.
you could
Yeah.
have single-handedly done the only thing that you could have done was that one little commentary play. Like that was the most important part. Like you stopped them from winning the game. LS has a video in which he was talking about like where a set of players were playing in Chinese solo queue, and they lost a huge team fight, and they could have won the game. Like the enemies could have won the game, but one player, this Swain, he ran it down mid and killed the entire mid lane wave so that there was no minions to answer. And then the next thing that happened was they won a team fight instead of losing a team fight, and then they won the game because he stopped them from ending the game because they can't afford to tank the turret. And you know that their team comp didn't have any like tanks other than Lee Sin and Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank tanking the turret is fine. Lee Sin tanking the turret is fine, but you can easily kill them and they don't deal damage to you. A tank like not Lee Sin, Sejuani would have been a problem for you because not only does she deal an annoying amount of damage, but she's also really durable, as you know. So like, if their jungler was Sejuani, then they can get away with it. But because it's Lee Sin, who's kind of basically fragile, and Blitzcrank, who's a support, you can deal with them. Like, wow. They can tank the turret, but then you can easily just deal with them after, is what I mean. Most of your kills did come from base, so I thought they came from another spot. If you're gonna sell an item, instead of going BT, just go for the 100% crit build and just go Hurricane or Rapid Fire. Because like as a final item instead of BT or instead of BT, you can drop the raw damage, just go for speed and crit, and then see that in during team fights, because they are so clumped as a team, as you noticed, they were really clumped, right? Your Runeance Hurricane will blast the fuck out of them. You'll do so much damage. You feel? GA is fine. I'm not gonna argue with that. I love it when AD carries build GA when I'm snowballing a game, because if they die, they know that if they die, they lose the game. So GA isn't a wrong option. What is the awkward option is whether or not you sell the BT, and I personally would have sold the BT, and I also would have, the BT for a Runeance Hurricane, and I would have sold the Rapid Fire for a static or Phantom Dancer for a Rapid Fire. Early laning phase, the only thing that was a problem was your jungler didn't fucking gank you properly, like Jesus fucking Christ, and their jungler fucking ganked them better than your can, like god damn it, dude. Canceling the jump, that's just a muscle memory thing you have to work on. I can log in and like help you practice with it real quick, like just trying to get used to it. I can demonstrate it to you, and then I can I don't know if you need me to demonstrate it to you, but like you know how it works, right?
I got what you were saying. You just gotta do it off ear.
Okay,
as soon as you hear it, start jumping.
Sorta, yeah. Cause like if you ever play against the Blitzcrank, you know how I'm gonna have to make sound effects, and I don't like doing it because it's embarrassing. But you go like, "Quarsh," and then when he lands, it goes "ikok." When you think the "ikok" is gonna land, you jump. Like, you see what? Yeah, it's so embarrassing. Jesus Christ. Okay.
It's just funny because that's actually pretty accurate.
That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Okay, so let me invite you guys. Okay, let me invite you. Facepalm.
That was actually a low gold elo.
Yeah. Yeah, it's gold 5. It's standard. Okay, so do you want me to play Tristana and then you play Blitzcrank and then I do it, or do you want to do it yourself, like as me playing Blitzcrank and you play Tristana?
I'll play Trist.
Okay, so I'll play Blitzcrank.
What I'm gonna be doing most time.
Okay. So yeah, you just need to buy. You don't need to buy items. Just let me turn off the screen share so it stops lagging, and then this part will be recorded. So I'm just gonna pick Blitzcrank, lock in. Don't need spell. Do I have a skin for Blitzcrank? Let's go with the Riot Blitzcrank. I don't have Eye Blitzcrank. Okay, and then I guess is this Aftershock? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'll just leave it like
this. You've heard of Mobalytics, right?
Yeah, I met them at TwitchCon, like the little organization. Is that purple app that allows you to scan the analyze data in the game? Yes. Or
API and tells you where about you actually play at, like your skill level. ring aggression, fighting, team play,
Oh yeah, yeah.
all
It
that
has like
stuff.
a little like an RPG looking like pentagon that like goes like, oh, this is like how you should be playing or something like that. Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah.
neat.
From the way it looked like, I'm around diamond to master, right around there with a few variants. Like I got to get better with like team fighting and a little bit of farming.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm around diamond to master according to Mobile Athletics. I was on their Discord and went to their coaching section, and they said Mercurial Scimitar, the last item of PD to get the rapid fire for the same reasons you said.
Mhm.
Not even get GA.
Okay. So the argument is that if you're confident in your positioning in which like I'm not gonna die, then yeah, you don't need GA. If you're not gonna die, like I mean like, yeah. But if you know like I don't take chances, so like for me, if I die, I lose the game. Like I'm the most fed person on the team. If I die, all those resources that all the time you took to farm, all the time you took to play the game, all throughout this time, the moment you die, it's over. 50-second death timer. You're the only person that has AD to stop them. You're also the only wave clear, and you know you just lose. So I can't take that chance. And yeah, they'll just stand over my dead body. But if my team's with me, then like they'll defend. Okay, just run it down mid. I scaled up Q. You scaled up W. You can build a door on shield if you want more health. I should probably build a sapphire crystal actually. I'm gonna build a sapphire crystal. I already ran it down like 90% of mid.
I'm already here.
Okay, let
Didn't
me
even
get
buy
sapphire
anything.
crystal for more like larger base mana because I'm just gonna run out of mana. Oh my god, it's gonna take forever for me to walk down. God damn it. Okay, so you scaled up jump, right?
Yeah.
Alright, and then the thing with about Blitzcrank is, you know when they walk up, it's all telegraphed, so I'm gonna just throw the hook so you can practice with the muscle memory, and then I'm just gonna, like, not tell you, like, when I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna, like, juke around. Don't shoot me back, cause, like, there's no, like, you can shoot the Blitzcrank back in the game, but then, like, because you stand still to shoot, you know what I mean? Like, it kind of defeats the purpose. Okay, so I'm about to throw the hook, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Lagged. Shit.
Okay, 18 seconds. I
233.
can hear you lagging. Okay, 18 seconds. 13. Okay. Oh my god. Let's go to river. Fucking bastards. Little critter minions. Getting in the way of our practice. Man, where's the custom sandbox tool? This is not fair. Okay. Let's stand all the way really far. This is generally like, it's easy to do it from far of the range. Okay. I'm about to throw the hook, okay? No, I said I'm about to throw the hook. I didn't hear you say okay, that's why. Okay, how long until your jump?
17.
Okay.
Laning overall was good.
Yeah, it's like stable. You like the only thing is that like you should choose when to push the lane and when not to. And usually you let the lane push towards you because with the moment you attack back and last hit a minion, it's gonna push back towards them. Other AD carries don't suffer this issue because like you know they don't have. Oh my god. All right, let me scoot down. All right, your jump is up, right? Right? Your jump is up. Hello. Your
Oh?
Yeah. Okay, your mic was muted for a moment.
Yeah,
Or something.
good.
Okay. So your jump is up. I'm gonna toss the hook in a little bit. Okay. Good. Yeah. Let's do that like a few more times. So like you notice like the moment it's about to land, you just do it, right? And it just negates it. Every single time, that's always gonna work. And you don't have to just jump back. You can position it like where this crab is too, and it will jump to that position. It just counter. It's like you can use my pull as a repositioning. Okay, my pull is up. Is your jump up? I can't hear you. Your mic is like muted again. It shows me that your Discord is talking. Okay, I'm about to throw the grab. See, nice, good. One more, and then I'm just not gonna throw. After the third time, I won't tell you that I am. Oh, so the thing is, you do suffer the damage from it, but you're basically negating all ins. You know what I mean? Like it's so much more worth it. Okay, my hook is up. Is your jump up? Okay, I'm about to throw my hook. Okay, that was close. That was like almost at the same time. We just need one more in succession, so you get used to the muscle memory and the sound too. And then I'm gonna start getting a little bit closer to it, and it becomes really difficult when they're close. Max range hooks are easy to negate because it's super far, but close range hooks are the more difficult ones. Okay, so my pull is up. Is your jump ready? Okay. I'm about to throw my hook. Oh, damn.
Jumped like as soon as I heard it.
You jump when you're about to hear like the part where it's like, oh, he got me, like that kind of thing. I'm not sure how to explain it, but like that's maybe closer to the explanation. Like, oh, he got me
Ending.
with that hook, and you hear the grab. 3, 2, 1. Okay, my pull is ready. Is your okay? I'm about to throw my hook. Damn. What sucks is
It's
that
so good too.
yeah, it's on Ezreal. It's the same mechanic. You just kind of like it's the mechanic's a little bit closer. Like his channel time for the jump is a little bit thinner than his other thing. My hook is up in 3, 2, 1. Is your jump ready? Okay, my hook is up. Okay, I'm about to throw my hook. It's okay.
I'm doing so good too.
Because if you're confident in playing against the Blitzcrank, you'll never have to like worry about it. And something to note is that this is important because it's a mechanic, and aside from that being a mechanic, it's gonna not only boost your confidence, but your teammates will be like, oh, he can negate it, which means that I don't have to worry about defending him. So then they can channel their spells in offense instead of defense. Okay, my hook is back up. Ready? I'm about to throw my hook. Close.
Oh
So
my
I see
God.
is like you're kind of jumping before it's about to land. So then I just negate it. Okay, 10 seconds. I'm
I
running out of
think I
mana.
got it.
Where's the honeydew fruit?
I'm
Sound a little
right
bit
behind you.
somewhere. It's gonna spawn eventually. Okay, I have my hook. All right, I'm about to throw my hook. Damn it. Oh, I'm gonna pick up this for mana. You pick it up for HP or something. I could do like 2 more hooks and then I'd have to recall and buy like more mana crystals or something. Or I just buy a tier. Fuck it. Okay. All right, I have my hook ready. Okay. I'm about to throw my hook. Close.
Alright.
And ping like it does and doesn't make a difference because like the ping is just it becomes a part of your muscle memory. When I was first adjusting into Korean ping with 9 ping, I had to time it almost precisely more close. Then when I came back to NA, I forgot about the delay, so I did eat a ton of blitzcrank hooks, and then I finally got used to it and negated it. Okay, my hook is back up. So your jump should be ready. So I'm about to throw my hook.
Yeah, I jumped too late.
Okay, I'm gonna recall because I'm boom. You should recall to get just get a Doran shield so that you get more HP. It's okay. This is what what's his name? Hit the low would do, and like if players who played AD carry are struggling with AD carry mechanics such as this. Another thing is if you play Vayne, another mechanic people do is negate Alistair WQ, and then he loses 2 spells and you lose 1. Negate Leona E, she loses 1 spell, potentially 2 or 3 if you negate it with 1. I lose 1 spell and I stand there looking like an idiot and I don't have anything to continue my engage if you negate it with Tristana. There's a lot of negation like mechanics that you'd get used to. Let's meet in the same spot. Saddest thing is that Hit the Low doesn't have the good computer. Okay. My Q is ready. Your jump should be ready too. Okay, I'm about to throw my hook. Huh? Alright, that just looks like you just dodged the thing, okay. 12 seconds. And this is fine, this is a good way to practice. You're never gonna get this enough practice in real game, you know, like you can like try it and then like you'd fail it, but then yeah, once you get the hang of it, you never forget it. If you watch a video of someone doing it enough times, you'll kinda get used to it too. Alright. I'm about to throw my hook. Cool. Alright. So for this one, I'm just gonna walk around, and I'm not gonna tell you when I throw my hook, but I only have 1 skill, so you kind of know when I'm just obviously gonna fucking throw it. Now, if I miss, I miss, but like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like I'm just not gonna tell you when I have it. I'll just tell you when my hook is ready, which it is, and then I'll throw it, and then you kind of just respond based on to watching my hook. Nice.
I gotta do this with a friend.
Yeah. With if you do play Ezreal, he has the exact same. It's the exact same thing. You'll get used to the timing for both of them. Like both of like it just becomes muscle memory. That's how AD carry players are like professional. Like when they play at the highest level, because like they can replicate it without ever like thinking about it, because they know they know the timings of it. They don't actively have to be like, oh my god, he's gonna hook me. You get a burst of confidence if you negate it like a majority of the time. Okay, my hook is up, so just gonna walk around.
Precisely.
Clean, good. Just a few more times. The hardest ones are the Fog of Wars, but like it's kind of difficult to do Fog of War ones because that doesn't really make any sense.
You actually have to like see it.
Yeah, you'll see the particle, but like most of the time people don't tunnel on it, so it's kind of awkward. What the heck was that? Is that my aftershock? Okay. Okay, my hook is back up.
As long as it takes.
Oh, I got magical footwear, lol. Nice, see, there you go. Like, you're getting the hang of it. Like, you see, the timing is pretty much precise. But now, imagine doing this while CSing. So let's, the minion waves are not in position. Let's just go towards mid. So I guess, for this part, oh, fuck, I wish I had a spell to clear it. But, let me somehow trim this fucking minion wave, because god damn it. Fucking bastards. I need a wave to reset, because then, like, it'd be a lot easier if we had sandbox mode on this, because then I can practice with you, like, actually. Okay, I got my W. Oh, that's another thing. Blitzcranks will always W up to you. Okay. So then I guess, yeah, just, like, play it out, I guess. And then I'll try to hook you.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
definitely
so,
harder.
you see what I mean? Yeah. So now, because now, when you put in, and this is how Hit the Low would do it too. Like he would drill it from small, so you get the hang of it, and then he puts you into practice with like an actual lane. It's the exact same. It's the exact same mechanic. Except he does it in multiple different sessions. Like until like I would do one session with you just doing the mechanic. Then I would do one section with you with just getting the mechanic with moving. Then I would put you in the lane. So it's 3 different sessions. But then you get used to it more because he dedicates like a long amount of time into it. So you focus on last hitting. And that's usually how a Blitzcrank should punish you. Your mouse is on the last hit, and then I punish you by grabbing you while you're attempting the last hit. So how you react to that is, okay, so if I last hit here, then my opponent will try to hook me, so I'm ready to jump. That's why attack moving is great, because then your mouse is in a better position. That's how support players should play. Like they should just look to, like if I see you CSing, I should be able to punish you for it.
Ah shit.
Yeah, mind games. That's another thing about Blitzcrank players too. Sometimes they just won't throw the hook out at all, and you're just kind of like gonna play scared. It happens. Tell me when your jump is up though. Your jump should be up by now, right? Okay. Cool. Good work. See? Nice.
I'm actually using an attack move, keeping my mouse kind of.
Really good. Yeah. Now you just kind of get used to it. Like, do you notice like the moment it lands and you jump, you hear the sound of me grabbing you, but you just escape it, and I can't do anything about it. Like, there's nothing I can respond with at all. That's fine. I just missed the hook. But you still jump anyway, because that's usually how, like, if it did land, it will get negated, like, around the same time. Good, good.
3, 2, 1.
Good. Nice. So you're getting the hang of it, right? Like, slowly and steadily, you're getting the hang of it. I mean, obviously it's telegraphed that I will always try to hook you. But that's how a Blitzcrank should play. Like, they're always going to try to hook you, or the support. But if you block it for the support, like, say it's a Lulu or a Janna, something that is, like, very scary for you, it's huge. Do we just turn that up? Or, Because sometimes I think your jump is longer cooldown. Mine's like 18 seconds flat. Sometimes, because I know that Blitzcranks, the only way they punish you is they fail the hook once, and then they'll hook you again when the moment their hook is up. Because you have a 3-second window for it.
I'm putting.
Okay. My hook is up. Your jump up? Fuck.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, I know, by me, Jesus. Because I thought you were going to go for the last hit, and I don't remember if you actually went for the last hit or not.
Like, habit. If I know it's coming, I'll just
Yeah,
try
yeah.
to dodge it.
Yeah, yeah. That's completely normal. If you don't dodge it, I mean, like where's the attempt to even try, you know? Like. Okay. So I'm pretty sure that would have worked if I landed it.
When I jumped, it was right on top of me.
The only way another player can punish you for this is if their jungler came and even if I miss the hook, your jump is down. So if you try to play aggressive again, even if I don't have hook, I can just walk up and silence you, and then the jungler comes. So that's a big note because I burn your jump no matter what. Like I trade 1 for 1, but as a support, like sometimes that's fine because I have other spells in my kit. God damn it, these minions.
Yeah, that's why I just stopped autoing.
It's better. Why? Oh my god. The hitbox was not supposed to be that wide.
It hit its elbow.
Zzz. It's always the fucking elbow. That's how Alistair's like, why did that hit me? Probably. Every time.
I have my in-game chat box turned off. I can't see it or type in it.
Okay. I didn't type anything. I'm just because like you responded to stuff when I asked you questions, so that's all I can see. That's all that matters. Okay.
Right now.
Clean. Nice. Yeah. So you're getting the hang of it. This is really good. It's a lot more progress. Like it's more progressive. So then the most important thing is to apply that into a real game. Once you like learn it and get used to it, eventually you just don't think about it. Like you're just like, oh, I'll always respond to it, and it's really fun because it tilts the shit out of Blitzcrank players, and that's the whole point. Like they lose the lane because of that. Like you actually win the lane because you're just so confident in your mechanics, and that's why some of the top 80 carries, like you always see them negate it. And picking Blitzcrank like or Tristana or Ezreal into Blitzcrank is like the worst feeling.
That emote?
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I like the penguin with the hat, top hat penguin.
Also, got that.
I only
not
have
that
this one.
That one.
I haven't played for a while. I don't like the emotes because they cost RP. If they cost IP, then they'll cost IP, but I don't have anything. I don't do visions on this account. Oh, and the only way Blitzcrank players will ever be able to grab you properly is if not only do they run towards you, but they silence you first, then pull. Because then you can't jump. Make sense? Like, that's kind of obvious, right? Like, because then if they silence you, you can't jump. That's how the, I think at one point you got silenced when you couldn't jump or flash. I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure you got silenced. Or if it wasn't you, someone else got silenced and they couldn't respond. Okay, that's fine. It still negates it. So you hear the sound, right? Like you can either, like you see how hard why it was so difficult for me to explain. Like you hear the sound. It landed, but then it gets bleh, like by your jump. Okay, my hook is back up. Is your jump ready?
I'm actually maxing it, so.
Oh, okay.
Cool.
Okay, so it's ready?
Yep.
Good. Yeah. So I'm assuming
What,
like
4 in a row?
yeah, you're getting used to it. Like this is really good. It's a lot more progressive than like anything. Like I've never done like hands-on like this before. Like hit the low, kind of talk to me about it. Like oh okay, I should like implement it. And this is important because you showed me a Blitzcrank game and like he never managed to pull you very often, but when he did, it spelled trouble for you. So I'm just gonna help you get rid of this whole pull anxiety. Like you don't have to play afraid of a Blitzcrank because of this. Like you know how like you sit super far back, right? Because I noticed that in the laning phase, you have to let him push, but you sat back in the laning phase. God fucking damn it, these minions. Die! What the? Okay. So yeah, you sat pretty far back, and naturally that's because like you know
Here?
you're afraid of his hook. But now you don't have to be afraid of his hook because you're confident, right?
The MFQ.
Oh yeah, that
That
too.
shit
That was
fucking
a
hurt.
problem, but like Blitzcrank Q wouldn't ever be a problem. Good, nice. That's 5 in a row. That's actually like perfect. All right, I'm gonna turn off the custom game. That's like the 20-minute mark. Nice. So 20 minutes of just straight on like practice with that. Jeez, I cannot imagine doing this for an entire hour. Like that's what he does. Like he does it for an entire hour, and like it would just be regular, just stand still and pull, and then putting it into like movement and pull, and then going into lane and doing it and pull. I just condensed it into 20 minutes, but yeah, you feel, you kind of get the feeling of it right now, right? And this is the main champion that you do it on. Ezreal can do the same thing. So if you're gonna stick with the AD carry, you like Tristana right now, and that's fine. She's one of the best. The AD carries that I liked while I was in Korea, so I'll give you a list. It's just gonna be Vayne, Varus, Jhin, Kalista, and Tristana. Those are the AD carries that I had the most success rate of winning lane with, or playing well with. I had decent success with a Caitlyn, like very decent. Jinx is not something I recommend. Ashe is not something I recommend. I don't like Ezreal. If I'm gonna recommend you to climb, not crime, climb, you can stick with the Tristana since like your replication of this, like it's fine, like it's completely stable. She has long range, she jumps around, she's safe. Good champion, just get
If
through
you
the laning
actually-
phase. Sivir's good too for grouping,
If you-
team fighting. If you really need to
GG.
work on team fighting. So yeah, like hopefully you feel a lot better about
I don't
like
think you can hear me.
your mechanic on Tristana now, because like you know I helped you out with the whole timing on the whole timing on negating his negating his grab with your jump, and that's really important because like you can't just do, like you either do this in game or you don't do it in game, you know what I mean? Like it's just very it's very dependent.
If you look at my op.gg,
I see it. I have it open. What's up?
it's my most played champion now, like 92, 94 games, somewhere around there with a 62% win rate.
I can't actually see it because OPGG eliminated all preseason stats. They had a warning on
Did
it.
it?
Yes. Now if I click
Oh.
champions and I try to look at it, it tells me your normal game statistics. Like it
And
says
now-
right here, you have an 83% win rate on Vayne. In your entire life, you have an 83% win rate on Vayne. Does that make sense? Like you literally have 55 wins, 11 losses. This is a Smurf, like you know what I mean? Like it's a normal game kind of thing. So in your past like few months or something, that's what it's telling me. So it's kind of bugged right now. It's actually not a bug. They're actually doing that on purpose because like preseason stats are just they just removed all preseason stats. So I didn't see anything when I opened it initially either. So I'm sorry to say that I can't see anything. But I can. What I can do is, who did you want me to filter to? Vayne?
Got 91 games played on Vayne with 63% win rate on her. She's
Vayne. Okay.
I love Vayne.
Yeah, I see that you took Glacial Augment for a game. Yeah, Vayne is a fine champion to play. Vayne is broken right now. Like there's no reason not to play Vayne. I like Vayne
She's
myself.
banned so much.
I'm not against it. I ban it too. If I don't have a Vayne on my team, I ban it. If I'm up against one, I don't want to play against one. If I have one, I'll have one. Vayne's too powerful in mid-AD carry. Just get through laning phase and you're done. Play Fleet Footwork and you just make up for her early game weakness. Doesn't matter if they play Caitlyn. Doesn't matter if they play Kalista Thresh, Kalistar, Kalish Shen, anything. That you're fine. Yeah, this is actually pretty good. It's a lot more. It's like really OP in your history. It's like way too good. You're like spamming a lot of aim guys. It's like actually like smurfing kind of style.
Oh, I don't know if you remember, but when I first came to you for the coaching, I told you I was a Platinum 3 ADC main.
Did you try switching roles?
But that was actually my second account when I first contacted you, and I was swapping to mid. I'm actually an ADC main. I was Plat 3 during preseason 6, and then I just couldn't really play enough to get back to it.
How do you feel now?
Did was ADC. Now I still feel a little bit rusty compared to what I was, but
It's not like it's the end of the
fine.
world. You still have a lot of time to practice and whatnot.
Yeah. From Silver 2 promos out of professionals in the preseason on this account, dropped down as then I climbed all the way out of that to Gold 5. And it says my MR was Gold 3 because I was winning so much.
Yeah, it tells me that your MMR is a lot higher than average. And it's gonna probably, well, you're not gonna end up hard skipping because like you have to have like a really good percentage win rate. And like
Yeah, it
you'll
has
probably
to be,
skip through
like,
plat if you
insane.
just kept winning. But only in plat, and if you're lucky. Otherwise, nah. But skipping elos shouldn't be like your main priority. Your main priority is like your fundamentals as a player. I'm noticing that your CSing on each of your champions as an AD carry main is actually quite like, it's not just good. It is actually better than what I expect from your MMR rating. Like your level of play. Your gold players should not be able to CS 9 per minute, 8 per minute, 6 per minute, 7 per minute. They should be doing 6.5, maybe barely 7. So you're a lot, like, obviously, yes, when you say you're smurfing, I can believe it because that the numbers, like your statistics and your numbers are quite accurate. Just like in the Korean ladder on solo queue, it accurately depicts where you are truly at when you hit the 50% mark. You're at 56% win rate, which means that obviously you're winning more than you're losing. But when you do hit that 50% win rate and you can't get above 50, like 2%, 3%, it means that you are basically at where you're supposed to be at. You know what I mean? For your role. So if you wanna keep grinding and playing League to get a 50% win rate, there's nobody, like, nobody cares. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nobody, like, there's only like there was a player, his name is BVCX222. He has 4,000 games, 50% win rate. He always ended up Masters. He dropped and dipped between Diamond 2, Diamond 1, Diamond 2, look at this, and Masters, but he always stayed in Masters. 4,000 games, 50% win rate. Does that mean he's Masters? Yes, he's played enough games to prove that he's Masters because higher stats mean, more accurate data, right? Kind of makes sense. So this is just an example of like where you want to be in a mindset of like, you said like Mobalytics tells you that you're D5 or Diamond level or up to Masters or something like that. Play until you can get to a 50% win rate, and then that's gonna tell you like a better, like, accurate stat. Here, I made an article and I made a video about it, about your CSing. Because your
Mhm.
CSing is higher and your stats are like higher than they should be for your MMR, it means that you're better than Gold 5, obviously. Like, you can easily dunk through Gold 5, but you're gonna plateau at some point. You're able to make it so that not only are you good at last hitting and timing, but your ability to uh, manage your waves and collect your waves and farm up and like dunk people, it's doable in this elo. But eventually you're gonna get into an elo where you can't do that. Like some like players in plat will like dunk you in lane and you're gonna wonder why. So I don't know where that point is gonna be. I'm just giving plat as like it's because it's the next tier up. Maybe you get to diamond and you'll get dunked by some people. We gotta figure out why. But until you get like that 50%, quote unquote, the word is hard stuck. So you get that hard stuck 50%, 51%, 52% win rate where you're just winning and losing and winning and losing. You get a 7-game loss streak, an 8-game win streak, a 9-game loss streak, a 10-game win streak, or just like something split in between. Then like just keep doing what you're doing now. With the insight that I have given you, hopefully in throughout this session. They'll just like, okay, everything you said, I'm just gonna ignore. No, 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 no. Just do like, do your game with more insight and see where you can go. What the fuck, Stage 420? Oh, that's right.
Uh,
Jesus.
actually believe I'm higher than Gold tier, like the whole tier, not just 5. But
Like higher than gold. Yeah, I can see it. Like I'm not like against I'm not against what you say. It's just that like there isn't a statistic in which like where's the part where like what I'm saying is where's the part where you're stuck? Where's the part where you're stuck at a point where you can't climb and we need to figure out why, kind of thing. So this isn't the part where you're stuck, but what I did see is that there are things that you can do even if like you're better than this elo, but there's still things that you can improve on. It's the same thing with how like Faker or Aptos, they can still play, but it doesn't mean like they're invincible, you know, like they still make mistakes that can be improved on. So
And
you are better than this elo. Yeah, I can see it. Like I can see it in your play, but I don't see the part where you're whatchamacallit, where's the part where you're stuck? Aside from the little mistakes that you made in this game, like decision wise, as a team wise, etc., etc. You just lost because like your team comp just wasn't efficient enough to do anything. So yeah, I'm just like I'm not like able to assist further because you're not at that point where I can provide deeper insight. But there was insight in this game. Make sense?
next question: do you think Vayne is the most mechanically intensive champion as far as ADCs go?
Oh, okay. I was like, most mechanically intensive champion. I would say it would have to be Yasuo or Zed.
ADCs, because a lot of people like in silver and gold, they're like, oh yeah, right click and you win. I'm like, no, there's a lot more to it than that.
There's 3 that I can name, or 4 that I can name. I'll name the 4. It is one of them is Vayne. The second one is going to be Draven, then Ezreal and Kalista.
Okay.
Now Ezreal is all skill shots. That's why he's like mechanically intense, because you need to land those skill shots, and if you miss, you literally lose DPS. So how to maximize Ezreal? Good Ezreal's player will land every fucking Q. Kalista is because you have to attack move click perfectly, otherwise they like fuck you with skill shots, and you're basically juking and playing at the same time. Draven, because you make decisions you're making a decision as you play. You either land the axe, grab the axe, and take a skill shot to the face, or you dodge it and you lose damage. You gotta make the choice. And you're also very reckless, so it's also like decision wise. And Vayne is a champion in which like you must get through a very bad laning phase, which is easy right now due to how the current meta works. But you have to be able to pilot the champion that is kind of short ranged to its fullest potential. And that means that you either dodge a skill shot via your hands, the flash, or your tumble. And your decision comes with that. I coached a Vayne player. If you watched one of my videos, I coached a Vayne player on my channel, and his mechanics are fine. Like
I've actually watched all of those,
yeah,
even like all the way up to the Masters.
So did you see his mechanics, right? If you watched it, his mechanics were fine, but he literally like he did not call for. He didn't have a decision in which okay, this isn't the right words. He did not order his team to rotate bottom and push using the minion wave that had an advantage. And I went over that with you this session, how it was important that you needed a minion wave to kill like their base. He had a huge minion wave bot, and he chose not to push with it and end the game or threaten ending of the game. He has the mechanics, just not the macro. Whereas in here, you have like decent mechanics, and you just don't have the macro yet because you never saw the opportunity that I saw. As soon as they ported in, that was your chance to turn the game around. But then like you jump forward and shot him back, so like it's not possible. So you lost a lot more, stalling the game out. And then Rise is Rise. So yeah, it's not really like on you, because that like the importance of minions is like there. No, if they have no minions, they can't push. Like that's the shortest way I can put it. I've seen other Vaynes that I've coached in the past several years ago that have the same problem, in which they struggle to have the macro decisions, but their mechanics are insane. But that was a couple years ago, because at that time the meta was different, where freezing the lane was super important compared to what it is now, which is sieging as a group. You still farm, you stood farm, going over my logs. Oh, yeah. That's as much as I can get. Eventually Relic's gonna get nerfed, so I don't know how else to explain it. Just abuse it now while you have the chance.
Trying to. Vayne versus Draven. How do you play against that? Because last night, against Draven, I went pretty good in lane. Overall, got some good ganks. I was like 4-2 coming out of lane. There either by myself or in a 2v2 situation. He just ran under turret and two-shot me. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right, yeah, so he can do that. So the only way you would trade with him is if he's attempting to pick up his axe, because he can't attack you while he's trying to pick up his axe, because he'll lose damage. And even if he hits you, it's kind of like, it's not as strong as Eva is if he picked up his axe. So you just auto him, tumble backwards, and then just auto minions or something. Second, the thing is, you don't have to fight him at all, because he will try to fight you no matter what. He's a champion that must cash in on his stacks of adoration, right? So if you know that he has to cash in, that means that he's like, I need to cash in. So he's going to make a reckless play. At your MMR, you're going to expect those reckless plays, because that's just how the champion works. Like, because he wants to cash in, because that's the nature of all Draven players, that's what they're going to do. He either cashes in or he gets killed and he loses all that cash in. So then they tilt. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? So if you wait for it, if you just play it super slow, you don't ever have to fight at all. You're just not ever supposed to even come in close to trade with him, because then he actually just ends up burning himself. He becomes impatient, and Dravens that are not Dravens that are very patient are usually like something that you can't say they're smurfing, because some of them just don't like care. But like if they're playing correctly and they're very patient, then yeah, they're very good Dravens. Tyler 1 is pretty patient. Unless he sees an opportunity, he goes for it, and then he flashes. You know what I mean? Like they'll go for opportunities. Like you try to make it so that you can't be traded on. So you sit back. You don't sit back, but you get to a point where you can't be like contested for CS. And if he tries to walk up to auto attack you, you just back up. Like you have to sacrifice your lane just a little bit so that you survive, because then he won't let me hit him, so I can two-shot him. If you're at full HP, he can't two-shot you without like going hard aggressive, and that's when you do have to call for a jungler, but you got to play it slow, and you have to play patience yourself. It becomes a mind game, and that's why Draven players like lose it out, because they get really impatient and they're tired of shit. Make sense?
Okay. Born like 2 weeks ago, so.
Yeah, but so does that make sense?
Sense.
They'll,
And I
like
do
the way you
appreciate
win
that.
the way you win it is they kill themselves. You don't win. You don't win it. They will just automatically lose it. That's just how it works. If your support makes a problem, though, if you back up, your support will also back up. So you just sit super far back. That's pretty much how it is.
The coaching and the one-on-one blitz Trist.
Yeah.
I've never actually understood how did the jump with Ezreal and Trist before. I got lucky a few times, but I never actually understood the fundamentals behind doing that. So I always hated playing against blitzcrank lanes.
Yeah. Now, like, if they ever pick Blitz, you don't ever have to ban Blitz. You just pick, like, if you had Tristana Alistar, you just win the lane because he'll never grab you, and even if he grabs your support, you just win because the Alistar, like, is in the front line, and you don't have to be afraid of a grab. Never take chances, though. Don't just, like just jump as soon as you think it's, like, 100% gonna land on you. And eat it so that you can do it, too. That's how you, like, Sivir players, they'll look like they're walking into a skill shot, and they'll just W it and negate it. It's really nice.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Very smooth. Yeah, it's really smooth.
When I
Until
play
stuff.
with it.
Like, oh, I got him! Oh. And it's just like, damn. But yeah, Draven players, like I said, will get very impatient, and then they'll, like, kill themselves. They end up losing the lane themselves because they're just so impatient and so desperate to cash in for their fucking passive. And then
Yeah,
you just
way.
wait for them to make the mistake. You know what I mean? Like, does that make sense? Like, that you just wait for them to make the mistake, and then you just kill them for doing so. Waiting, watching, and listening. The earthbending philosophy for Avatar: The Last Airbender, if you ever watched that TV show.
I loved it.
Yeah, you're basically an earthbender, neutral Jing, if you remember that reference. I think King Boomy said it. You wait, watch,
It's been a while.
wait, watch, and are patient, and you just listen. And like, people that are really like hot-headed, like Draven players, because that's how they are. Like, they're basically firebenders, and earth counters fire. So that's how you could look at it, in a sense. If you're impatient as an AD carry, it's bad, because then you can make those mistakes the same way a Draven player would. But it wouldn't just translate to being a Draven player. Like, it's just called a mistake, because you were impatient, whereas you should be patient. And as much as it sucks and it's so boring to like sit back and like wait for them to make the mistake, I mean, it's better safe than sorry, because if you die, you know, it becomes a problem. Blah blah blah.
That's why I play my ADC lanes. Like, with the Trist MF, I knew that Q was going to hurt me if I got too close and
Yes, that's right.
far back. It wasn't even blitzcrank, because I'm pretty good at just walking to the side of the hooks.
Yeah. You either dodge it, and if you don't think you could dodge it via your hand, then just W with your jump and time it and stuff. And it's more tilting that they look like, oh, I got him, and then they're just like, oh my god, I got it negated. It's more demoralizing to them, and they'll keep trying to grab you and then become reckless, and then, like I said, they become desperate. So then they'll just walk up to you and try to melee grab you, and in which case you just jump away, and they'll try to grab you while you're jumping or something. It's very dependent, though.
Speaking of Vayne, they're about to play
On Vayne,
against
you just
one.
gotta tumble it. That's pretty straightforward. Just like you always use your tumble for it, or you condemn them, or you juke it by hand. Like, it's pretty easy.
That's the thing.
Okay, so I hope that that session helped. We're sitting at around almost, I think, an hour 30, which is that's fine. I'll just be uploading this one right away. My hard drive's not working, but like I should be able to compress the files and get it set up pretty soon. So expect to see the session online within this week. Okay.
Okay.
I
Okay,
will
man.
have it up on YouTube, and then like if you did miss something, or like my screen cut out, or like it was too like non 60 frames or whatever, it's gonna be clean, and you can see from my point of view how like what it looks like for me to grab you and stuff like that at the end of the session, like an hour in, to an hour 16 minutes. Like we spent like 20 minutes doing that, which is fine. Like you'll see like what it looks like from my point of view when I grab and like it gets negated, so you'll know like what it looks like for Blitzcrank, like the cooldowns and stuff. Just note that Blitzcrank has like a 3-second window of opportunity to dunk you, like, because that's Blitzcrank. Like his cooldowns are shorter for your jump. You're maxing jump, but in a real game when you apply it, you don't max jump. But I max hook. Makes sense. Okay, so with that, I guess I'm gonna end the call, and I hope to see more progress from you. I'll be available like all season and whatnot. You can message me anytime. I start school on the 29th, but that's it. Like that's all I have to say. Like you can still message me throughout the year if you have any changes in the meta. This meta doesn't favor you. I'm hard stuck, especially when you're at the 50% win rate. Eventually, your statistics will come. So yeah, feel free to message me, and I'll respond when I can. You have my Discord. You don't need my Skype because I mean we're already here on Discord, so it's fine. Um, yeah, let me know how your climb goes. Link me your OPGG every now and then, and I'll take a look. And I'm like, yeah, nice. I'll offer my insight. Okay.
All right, we'll do it. Thank you again.
Yep. See ya, man. Have a good night. Okay, guys, that was me coaching Tristana. That was actually a pretty fun session to go through. Like, I've never actually had the time or opportunity to actually sit down with the player and do like a whole like practice drill to negate like hooks. It was pretty fun doing so, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. I hope to do that more in the future. With that being said, I will see you guys in the future. This has been Veggie. You can follow me right here on Twitter and add me on Skype, or if you can add me on Skype, but your Skype doesn't work, then you can feel free to add me on Discord after you add my Skype, because I don't want to reveal my Discord on stream. Um, and I will catch you guys on the flip side. See you later.